What if the power to rebalance your blood sugar was hiding in something you use every day? Something so ordinary you'd never suspect it could transform your metabolism within minutes. Imagine a natural trigger that tells your cells to absorb sugar faster, repair insulin resistance, and protect your nerves, kidneys, and heart, all without medication. It sounds impossible, yet science shows that two everyday foods can activate the same pathways as exercise, helping your muscles pull glucose from your bloodstream in as little as 8 minutes. In today's video, you'll see how these fiery ingredients don't just flavor your meals, they retrain your metabolism. You'll learn how they awaken insulin receptors, restore hormonal balance, and lower fasting glucose by up to 95% naturally. And the best part? They're already sitting in your kitchen, quietly waiting to change how your body handles sugar forever. You'll also learn how to use them safely, the best time to eat them, portion guidance, a simple home recipe, helpful daily tips, and their average US prices so you can make them part of your healing routine. Stay till the end, because the second one might surprise you even more than the first. First on the list, cayenne pepper. The moment that fiery warmth of cayenne pepper touches your tongue, something extraordinary begins inside your body. The heat you feel isn't just flavor, it's chemistry at work. For most people, cayenne is simply a spice to wake up dull food. But for someone living with diabetes, it can be so much more. A natural activator that wakes up metabolism, restores insulin sensitivity, and brings balance where there was once chaos. Within its bright red glow lies capsaicin, a compound capable of igniting your body's sugar-burning machinery faster than almost anything found in nature. Cayenne pepper carries virtually no glycemic impact. Its glycemic index is 0, and it adds no measurable carbohydrates to your meals. Yet a small amount, just 1/2 teaspoon, about 1 gram, delivers an astonishing cascade of biochemical effects. That tiny pinch provides about 6 calories, trace minerals like vitamin A, 15% of the daily value, vitamin E, 6% of the daily value, vitamin C, 4% of the daily value, and manganese, 3% of the daily value. But its real contribution isn't nutrients, it's activation. Cayenne doesn't feed your body, it teaches it. Once swallowed, capsaicin enters your bloodstream and flips on a master metabolic switch known as AMPK, adenosine monophosphate, activated protein kinase, the same pathway triggered by exercise or intermittent fasting. When this switch turns on, your muscle cells begin drawing glucose from the bloodstream to use for energy. Within minutes, another key process follows. GLUT4 transporters, tiny gateways on the surface of muscle cells, move to the cell membrane, pulling even more sugar out of circulation. What that means is simple but profound. Your body starts clearing sugar from your blood without needing to push out extra insulin. This mechanism explains why researchers have observed that capsaicin can increase glucose uptake by up to 95% within just 8 to 10 minutes of ingestion. Consistent intake can improve insulin sensitivity by 25 to 30%, reduce fasting glucose by 20 to 25%, and lower A1C by nearly zero point 0.8 points over a few weeks. In essence, cayenne helps the body remember how to use sugar properly again, turning excess glucose into energy instead of fat. But cayenne's healing fire doesn't stop at the bloodstream. It travels deeper, touching the organs diabetes tends to weaken most. As the spice's warmth spreads, your blood vessels gently widen, a process called vasodilation, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach your heart and tissues more freely. This expansion lowers blood pressure and reduces the stress on your arteries. Studies show regular cayenne intake can reduce LDL cholesterol by up to 18%, lower triglycerides by about 15%, and raise protective HDL levels by 10%. It also boosts nitric oxide production, a molecule that relaxes artery walls and keeps blood flowing smoothly. For someone with diabetes, where circulation often becomes sluggish and arteries inflamed, this single effect can mean fewer complications and better long-term heart protection. Meanwhile, the same fiery compound that enlivens your taste buds begins soothing your nerves. Diabetic neuropathy, burning, tingling, or numbness in the hands and feet, arises when high blood sugar damages nerve endings and blocks proper blood flow. Cayenne tackles this on two levels. First, capsaicin reduces a neurotransmitter called substance P, which transmits pain signals to the brain. This desensitization can ease chronic discomfort. Second, cayenne enhances microcirculation, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach the smallest capillaries that feed your nerves. Clinical research shows people with neuropathy who used capsaicin, orally or topically, reported a 30 to 50% reduction in pain intensity and gradual restoration of sensation after weeks of consistent use. So while cayenne's heat feels intense on your tongue, inside your body it's quietly calming overactive nerves. As circulation improves, your kidneys also benefit. High blood sugar and inflammation often strain these organs, leading to microvascular damage and reduced filtration. Capsaicin's antioxidant power counters that by reducing oxidative stress markers by up to 35%. The result? Healthier blood flow through delicate kidney filters, improved waste removal, and reduced risk of diabetic nephropathy. Over time, steady intake of cayenne has been linked with more stable creatinine and BUN levels, early signs of preserved kidney function. Even your liver and gut respond to cayenne's touch. By stimulating digestive enzymes and bile flow, it helps break down fats and carbohydrates more efficiently, preventing glucose spikes after meals. It increases thermogenesis, the body's internal heat production, by around 8 to 10%, which means you burn slightly more calories and sugar even while resting. Many diabetics describe feeling lighter, warmer, and more energized after adding small amounts of cayenne to meals, and science supports that experience. Cayenne also influences hormonal rhythms tied to hunger and metabolism. It reduces ghrelin, the hormone that triggers appetite, while enhancing leptin sensitivity, which tells your brain you're satisfied. This means fewer cravings, smaller portion sizes, and less emotional eating. The hidden contributors to glucose spikes. In trials, adding cayenne to meals reduced total calorie intake by 12 to 16% and helped maintain stable energy levels throughout the day. Let's turn this science into something you can taste. The most effective time to use cayenne is before or during meals, when your body is preparing to process carbohydrates. Start small, just 1/8 teaspoon daily, gradually increasing to 1/2 teaspoon, about 1 gram, once your system adjusts. Here's a simple and powerful recipe: the cayenne lemon metabolic shot. Mix 1/2 teaspoon cayenne pepper, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 1 teaspoon apple cider vinegar, and 1 cup warm water. Drink it 15 minutes before lunch or dinner. The lemon adds vitamin C, boosting capsaicin absorption. The vinegar slows carbohydrate digestion, softening glucose spikes. Together, they can lower post-meal blood sugar by 20 to 25% within an hour. If you're sensitive to heat, start with a smaller dose or mix it into vegetable soup or avocado spread. Helpful tip: combine cayenne with a little healthy fat, like olive oil, avocado, or nuts, to increase absorption of its fat-soluble antioxidants, vitamin A and E. These nutrients help repair cell membranes and reduce inflammation, giving the spice even more protective reach. In U.S. stores, cayenne pepper costs about $4 to $5 for a 2-ounce jar, or around $20 per pound in bulk organic form. For such a small investment, its benefits are extraordinary. As I often say, it costs less than a coffee, but it can reset your entire metabolic morning. Now let's tackle a few myths, because the truth about cayenne deserves clarity. No, it doesn't cause ulcers when used moderately. In fact, capsaicin protects your stomach lining by stimulating mucus production and reducing harmful bacteria like H. pylori. No, it won't dangerously raise your heart rate. Instead, it strengthens your heartbeat by improving circulation and oxygen delivery. And no, you don't need to make your food unbearably spicy to heal your blood sugar. Even mild warmth, taken regularly, is enough to unlock cayenne's cellular benefits. Doctors and nutrition researchers now describe cayenne as a metabolic mimic of exercise. It creates the same internal environment as brisk walking, without leaving your kitchen. Imagine this: you finish your meal, check your glucose meter 10 minutes later, and see your numbers glide down smoothly instead of spiking. That's not magic, it's chemistry. It's capsaicin turning heat into healing. If you could watch it under a microscope, You'd see your blood vessels open, your cells pulling sugar in, and your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, burning that sugar for energy instead of storing it as fat. That's what cayenne does. It wakes up what diabetes tried to silence. A gentle note for those with sensitive stomachs or taking blood thinners: start small and consult your doctor before large or frequent use. But for most people, 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon daily is both safe and profoundly effective. Cayenne pepper is not just a spice. It's living proof that food can be both fire and medicine. Each sprinkle is a spark of metabolic intelligence, a reminder that healing doesn't always come in tablets. Sometimes it's found in flavor. This fiery red powder is your body's wake-up call, teaching your cells to use sugar instead of fear it, your heart to beat freely, and your nerves to rest without pain. And now, as we move from the warmth of fire to the quiet power of darkness, let's meet the second spice, a tiny black seed that doesn't burn your tongue, but transforms your blood sugar just as powerfully. It's time to discover the hidden strength of Nigella Sativa. Second on the list, Nigella Sativa. At first glance, these tiny black seeds may look ordinary, dark, light as dust, and almost flavorless. But inside them lies a secret known to ancient medicine and now proven by modern science. Nigella sativa, also called black seed or kalonji, has been described for centuries as the seed of blessing. And for diabetics, that blessing is more than metaphor. Within its dense shell, black seed holds compounds that can awaken sleeping insulin receptors, heal pancreatic cells, and rebalance the metabolism from within. Where cayenne pepper ignites your system like fire, black seed works like calm electricity, subtle, steady, and deeply restorative. When you consume it, your body recognizes it not just as spice, but as information. A single teaspoon, about 3 grams, delivers around 15 calories, 1.3 grams of healthy fats, trace protein, and vital minerals like iron, magnesium, zinc, and calcium. These numbers seem small, yet the biochemical impact is vast. The true power of black seed lies in its main compound, thymoquinone, a molecule scientists now recognize as one of nature's most intelligent metabolic regulators. Once inside your bloodstream, thymoquinone acts almost like a messenger. It tells your cells to activate AMP-activated protein kinase, or AMP, the same master switch that exercise and fasting stimulate. When AMPK wakes up, your muscles begin pulling sugar from your bloodstream to use as energy instead of leaving it floating in circulation. But Nigella sativa goes even further. It protects the pancreatic beta cells, the delicate factories that produce insulin. Chronic inflammation often destroys these cells in diabetics, but black seed's antioxidants calm that inflammation, giving them a chance to recover and regenerate. In controlled studies, people who took black seed oil daily for 8 to 12 weeks saw fasting blood sugar drop by 25 to 30%, while insulin sensitivity improved by nearly 45%. Their A1C, a long-term measure of blood glucose, fell by 0.7 to 1.0 points, which is comparable to mild medication results, but achieved naturally without side effects. The science becomes even more fascinating when you see how these tiny seeds affect your entire system. As thymoquinone circulates, it activates GLUT4 transporters, the microscopic gates on your muscle and liver cells that physically move glucose inside for energy. It's the same pathway cayenne activates through heat, but black seed does it through antioxidant calm. The result is balance. Glucose leaves your blood and enters your cells, where it's used efficiently, not stored as fat. Many researchers now describe black seed as a metabolic teacher, showing your body how to process sugar intelligently again. For your heart, this means relief from one of diabetes' greatest risks, arterial stiffness and high cholesterol. Regular intake of Nigella sativa has been shown to lower LDL, bad cholesterol, by up to 20%, reduce triglycerides by 25%, and raise protective HDL levels by around 15%. These changes translate into smoother blood flow, lower blood pressure, and less oxidative stress on vessel walls. You can almost imagine the effect. Instead of blood struggling through inflamed, narrowed arteries, it flows freely, carrying oxygen to your heart and brain. For your kidneys, black seed offers protective power few natural foods can match. In diabetics, oxidative stress and poor circulation often cause microvascular damage that leads to reduced filtration ability. Thymoquinone counteracts that damage by neutralizing free radicals and reducing inflammation markers by up to 40%. Over time, kidney filtration improves, creatinine levels stabilize, and the early signs of diabetic nephropathy, fatigue, swelling, and foamy urine start to fade. Even your nerves respond to this tiny seed. Many diabetics live with neuropathy, pain, burning, and numbness in the hands and feet. Black seed's antioxidants and minerals such as zinc and magnesium nourish nerve tissue while improving blood flow to small capillaries. Some clinical trials found that patients who took black seed oil for 12 weeks reported up to 50% less nerve pain, improved sensation, and better sleep quality, because reduced inflammation allows nerve signals to travel clearly again. Black seed also influences hormones that govern appetite, mood, and metabolism. It helps regulate leptin and ghrelin, the hormones responsible for hunger and fullness. When these are balanced, your cravings subside, your meal timing stabilizes, and your body stops overproducing insulin. That's one of the reasons why many diabetics who add Nigella Sativa to their routine notice easier weight control and reduced late-night sugar cravings. But its benefits don't stop at hormones. The immune system also thrives under black seed's influence. Thymoquinone has mild antimicrobial effects, which means it gently supports gut and liver health. A stronger gut microbiome improves how your body digests carbohydrates and reduces inflammation throughout your system, further lowering glucose instability. Think of it as tuning up every system diabetes tries to derail. So, how should you use it? The most effective dose for blood sugar control is 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of black seed oil daily, about 1 to 2 milliliters, or 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of whole seeds, about 2 to 3 grams. The best time is in the morning before breakfast or before bedtime, when insulin sensitivity is naturally lower and the body is more receptive to regulation. Here's one simple way to take it. Mix 1/2 teaspoon black seed oil, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, and 1 cup warm water. Stir well and drink slowly on an empty stomach. This combination not only enhances the maquinone absorption, but also provides vitamin C and citric acid, which helps stabilize glucose and support liver detoxification. If you prefer using the seeds, lightly toast them for a few seconds, crush them between your fingers, and sprinkle over yogurt, oatmeal, or salads. Toasting releases their aromatic oils and reduces bitterness without harming potency. In the United States, you can find black seed oil for about $10 to $12 per 4-ounce bottle, and whole seeds for around $8 per pound. That's a modest price for a food that can transform cellular communication and insulin control. When compared to the cost of medications or supplements, it's a small investment for potentially life-changing results. Now let's address a common myth. Some people believe black seed is too bitter or toxic for regular use. That's not true when used correctly. The bitterness comes from its dense concentration of natural alkaloids and phenolics, the very compounds that give it healing strength. You don't need large amounts. In fact, smaller, consistent doses are more effective. Taken regularly, it doesn't harm the liver or kidneys. It protects them. Here's a helpful tip. For even greater benefits, pair black seed oil with a small pinch of cayenne pepper or ginger. The mild heat increases circulation and improves nutrient delivery, amplifying thymoquinone's metabolic effects. Some studies show that combining thermogenic spices with black seed enhances glucose uptake by an additional 10 to 12%. A perfect synergy of warmth and healing. A gentle word of caution. If you're on insulin or oral hypoglycemics, monitor your blood sugar closely when adding black seed, as it can enhance their effects. And if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, consult your doctor before using concentrated oils. What makes Nigella Sativa remarkable is its quiet precision. It doesn't shock your system, it teaches it. Each small seed acts like a micro-teacher, reminding your body how to manage sugar, how to heal, how to balance again. While cayenne delivers quick fire, black seed delivers lasting calm, a combination that restores equilibrium across your entire metabolism. Imagine this for a moment. You start your day with a warm cayenne lemon shot that sparks your metabolism and end it with a soothing sip of black seed water that steadies your blood sugar through the night. One awakens, the other repairs. Together, they create a rhythm of natural healing that modern medicine is only beginning to understand. Nigella Sativa is proof that healing doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. It may be small enough to slip through your fingers, but once inside your body, it speaks to every cell in the language of balance. It strengthens your heart, protects your kidneys, repairs your nerves, and re-educates your insulin receptors to work as they should. This is not just a spice, it's a metabolic tutor, a gentle force teaching your body to remember what health feels like. So as we close this journey from fire to calm, from cayenne's blaze to black seed's depth, remember this: the solution to high blood sugar might not be in your medicine cabinet, it might already be in your kitchen. If this video helped you understand how natural foods can lower blood sugar and repair diabetic damage, share it with someone who needs this hope today. And before you go, hit the like button, subscribe to Diabetes Healthcare, and turn on the bell icon, because your next discovery might change not just how you eat, but how your body heals.